Okay, friends, so after you have cut out some items that you want to use for your collage, see, I'm going to kind of organize them. So I have some blues for the sky, greens for my grass, and then here's some people that I want to put in my collage. So you need a piece of paper, write your name, then flip it over. Now it's time to start grabbing your pieces of magazine clippings and start organizing them. So as you're doing this, remember the parts of a landscape. If you want one piece to look in front of another, you could just cut a little slice and then slide it in front like that. All of this reminds me of a big puzzle piece, except you get to decide where the items go. Since we are focusing on parts of a landscape, remember that the objects in the background are going to be small. The objects in the midground are going to be a little bit bigger, and then the objects in the foreground are going to be really big because they're closer to us. See those girls? They're really big, so I'm putting them in the very front. Next, that table's a little smaller, so I'm putting it higher up on the page and behind. And that girl is really small. And then those people back there on the right are very small. That's going to create the illusion of space. So remember, if things are big and at the bottom of your page, they are in the front, and then as they get smaller and higher up the page, they get smaller and further behind. Okay, now that I've organized it how I want, I'm going to start gluing. But you need to remember where your pieces are, just like in a puzzle. So a big piece of advice is to find the piece that's going to be on the very bottom. That means that you are layering things on top of this piece. This piece here with the grass and that building, that's going to be pretty much my piece that is on the bottom. That blue piece goes behind it a little bit, so I'm just putting a little glue on my paper, then sliding that on top. It is up to you if you want to put glue on your paper or glue on your magazine like I am doing here. Notice I'm outlining it, then I'm going to flip it over and put it on my paper. It really depends on the size of your magazine piece and where you're putting this in your collage, for how much glue you need and where you want to put the glue. I recommend less glue is better because you can always add more glue if you need it, but if you add too much glue, you're gonna have a big sticky mess and it really won't look good because we're using magazine paper and the glue kind of shows through it easily. So less is best, and you can always add more. Now I'm going to add my people, and again, if your item or people are big, they're going to be at the bottom of your collage, and they're going to look a lot bigger so that they look closer to us. And then as your items go up the page, they should get smaller in size so that it looks like they're going further back in space. If you have really small pieces like this, you can actually just rub the side of the glue bottle on it. You don't actually have to squeeze new glue out. Remember, less is best. Also, I'm using a very light hand. I'm hardly even squeezing the glue bottle. All right, laying that one down, and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, but it kind of has a weird shape, right? So I'm going to actually cut this out and create a new shape. This is giving my picture or my collage a new border, which is the outside edges of your picture. And I just think this will look a little better. Some other ideas is you could paint your background, you could add details with marker, colored pencil, or crayon. It's really up to you. I like how this looks, so that's what I'm choosing to do. Oops, my name got cut off, so just turn it around, make sure your name is on it so we know who the artist is.